Hi everyone. Yep, I've just found another telephone upstairs in the collection. Don't think I've ever put this one on display, but if I have, it was probably a long time ago. This one's a little bit special. Okay, I don't know where I got it from. Possibly from a dealer. Maybe been a boot sale, but I'm not sure. It's rather special. As you can see, it's based very much on the candlestick type phone. The base looks like it is the base of a candlestick. Anyhow, a little bit further information about this. These were originally made by the Automatic telephone company in Liverpool, ATE. It was from a design of their parent company, Automatic Electric, from the States. And I've actually got one of the American phones. I have put this up before, which is very, very similar. You've got the round base, the handset. Okay, it's the English handset, so that does vary from the American one. But the rest of it is very, very similar to the Auto Electric phones in the States. This over here was originally called the ATE Strowger phone, obviously from Strowger, the Undertaker, which we've talked about before, from Kansas. Now, this version is slightly different in as much as it was taken over, can you say? I don't know. It was used in Portugal. Now the Portugal phones were AEP, Automatic Electric of Portugal. This one, as we can see on the handset, put the handset up properly, show it around the right way, is Aptofone, and this was Automatic Telephone to Portugal, AEP, Aptofone, and these were supplied to Portugal. There's the label on the dial, which is all in Portuguese. The dial is, as we can see, a typical Automatic Electric dial, and this dial in fact was made in Liverpool. This model phone I don't think was ever used by the GPO, but Hull Corporation, I believe, did use this type of phone. Now this one goes back even before me, 1930s, and possibly earlier than that. You can see the leads coming out. Now this one that's bright that's not the correct lead. Someone along the line has connected an old-fashioned mains lead to be used. I don't know why they've done that, but ignore that. The other lead's obviously the correct lead, which goes to the handset, the Aptofone. Now, before we have a look at the innards, we've got the diagram. Down slowly in case anyone needs this diagram to have a look at. I think diagrams are so important. You can probably pick this diagram up elsewhere, I don't know. But that is the diagram of the phone. It's all in English as well, which is rather interesting, which would indicate to me that this phone was made in Liverpool and exported to Portugal. who, as I said before, did use a lot of our own phones, including the 706 version, to bring it up to date, or nearly up to date, considering we're in the, what are we in? I've got to look at the calendar, I'm no good at numbers. 2023, we're in 2023. So yeah, a few years ago. Anyhow, this base is very typical also of candlestick phones. Let's turn him over and have a little look inside. It's always good to look inside. There's the inner, no surprise, there's the dial, which is a typical automatic electric dial, which we use in so many other phones, including France, Japan, and obviously the States on the automatic electric phones, not on the Western electric phones though. And this phone, looking at the name in there, that in fact says made in Liverpool. So this dial was made over here, and I think the rest of the phone was as well. There is your induction coil, side tone, and your terminals. What we will notice is there is no ringer or bell, which is quite usual for these. And for the bell and the ringer, I think you'll find it's connected to... There's the bell box, which shows the older method of the bells. Old method of showing a capacitor, or in those days probably called a condenser. I remember when they were called condensers. But anyhow, I'm an old son, so let's face it, next January, or the January that's coming up, I shall be 80. So that gives you an idea. Yeah, let's get back to the doing. So that's the innards. Well-made phones. The plunger, turning back over. These are, as I say, almost identical to the ones made in the States under automatic electric. Not exactly the same, but fairly close. As I said before, the handset is the normal GPO type handset, which are used on 332s, 232s. It was a handy size and well made, quite heavy. And as I say, it got the Aptofone name in there. Some of the later Portuguese automatic electrics did have AEP inside, but this one is nice because it's got the name Aptofone. And that is more or less it. So any questions, please ask. The dial does tend to slip occasionally. It won't slip then. So it does need a little bit of maintenance, but I'm not going to fiddle about with it. It's in the collection, and it was hooked out today to have a little talk about it. So once again, thanks again. And yeah, I will get back to the answers. Incidentally, if anyone knows anything about setting up satellite receivers, let me know, because I've got my new one, but how you set it up, I don't know. I followed the instructions on it to no avail. So hopefully I may find someone or even someone that actually installs it. I don't mind paying to have the bloody thing set up. They are complicated, and my knowledge of computer type things are nil, so there we go. Anyhow, there's the phone, the Aptofone from Portugal, based on the Strauja phone by ATE, based on the automatic electric phone of America, going back to the late 20s, I believe, 1920s. So it did go back quite far. But this one, I think, is probably about 1930s. Anyway, I'm going to shut up now. Thanks for watching. Don't know what I'm going to put up next. Be it a phone, bulb, plant, antique, don't know. So anyhow, thanks again for watching. Thank you.